Welcome to the League of Nerds comic book segment number 192. I'm John Cooney, here to talk to you about comics released the 23rd of September 2015, beginning as usual with my first five, meaning these are the first 5 books I intend to read this week, and I'll give you a little more depth on them, starting with at number 1, Thief of Thieves number 31. This issue sets the stage for the next phase of the master criminal's legendary career. Series writer Andy Diggle explained what he likes about Redmond. Quote, I kind of like the fact that Redmond/Conrad is kind of an asshole. At first glance, he seems to fit the Danny Ocean archetype. Cool, handsome, charismatic, super competent. But once you scratch away at that surface, you can see he's kind of a fuck-up. He's destroyed his own marriage, alienated his son, pissed off everyone he's ever worked with. All of his problems are of his own making. He's selfish, self-destructive, and has a drink problem. Even though he thinks he's trying to do the best thing for his family, his ego drives them to secretly interfere in their lives, and as often as not, it only makes matters worse. He spent years digging himself deeper and deeper into a hole, and now he finds that he can't just walk away and start over. He's gonna have to dig his way back out, and I'm not sure he has the self-awareness to understand that he is his own problem. His ego is such that he thinks he can fix everything by just making the right moves. He can see all the angles except himself. I think that's fascinating. Close quote. At number 2, we have Tech Jacket number 11. With the existence of the entire galaxy at stake, what's the cost of a few loved ones' lives? Is Tech Jacket's life about to get seriously jacked up? Series writer Joe Keating shared what attracted him to Tech Jacket. Quote, whenever I'm working on projects, I find that person I want to work with rather than the company. I'd always wanted to do something with Robert, and I'd wanted to see Tech Jacket come back. I loved the format. Then when Robert said he wanted to get Kerry Randolph to draw it, I was so excited. Kerry is one of those guys whose art I've admired for a long time. He's just amazing. He can just draw any crazy thing. So I get to write this weird space adventure with this guy who can draw all of this weird space shit and make it look incredible. It looks way better than any blockbuster movie. He's an extremely impressive storyteller. I just had to work on it. Close quote. At number 3, we have The Flash number 44. Professor Zoom's war against the Flash escalates as Zoom's team launches an attack that Central City will never forget. With Wally West in the line of fire, the Flash is racing against the clock to save his city and his friend. Series writer Robert Venditti talked about the coincidence versus coordination regarding the book and the TV show. Quote, what we're doing is separate from the TV series. We knew when we began our run, which started before the show launched, that Thawne was one of the great pieces of Flash history that hadn't been introduced into the New 52 yet, and we wanted to rectify that. The things playing out in the comic have been in motion for a long time. Any similarities between what we've been doing and what has happened on the show is completely coincidental. Kavanaugh has done an amazing job, though, and he's a great guy, too. Van and I had a chance to talk with him a bit at this year's Comic-Con International. He was a class act all the way. Close quote. Now, I don't think I've had a trade in the first 5 before, but this week I have 2. At number 4, we have Freak Country, A Tale of the Children's Crusade hardcover. Writer Neil Gaiman says, quote, a long time ago I wrote the first part of a story and waited to find out how it middled, then worked with Jamie Delano and Alyssa Whitney for the end. For years people have asked how and when they could read all of the story of the Children's Crusade. I'm glad to say that it's now been retooled and refinished and is something both old and new, a forgotten jewel and a new delight. Close quote. For the first time ever, the 2-issue miniseries The Children's Crusade, written by Neil Gaiman, Alyssa Whitney, and Jamie Delano, was collected, and with them, a new chapter written by Toby Litt that completes the tale as Gaiman originally envisioned it. When several children go missing in a small English town, the Dead Boy detectives are on the case. A series of strange and unexpected twists takes them to Freak Country, a place that dates back a millennium, where children never grow old and are free from the abuse and tyranny of adults. But Freak Country is failing, and what it needs is the strength of 5 innately powerful children, including the young sorcerer Timothy Hunter, to restore their uncanny world to what it once was. This hardcover collects The Children's Crusade number 1 and The Children's Crusade number 2, written by Gaiman with co-writers Alyssa Whitney and Jamie Delano, a brand new middle chapter written by Dead Boy Detectives novelist Toby Litt and drawn by artist Peter Gross completes this compelling tale of ancient history, stolen dreams, and lost children. It also features a new introduction by Gaiman plus new cover art by artist Mark Buckingham. And at number 5, we have the Orphan Black Volume 1 trade paperback. Sarah's life was changed dramatically after witnessing the suicide of a woman who looked just like her. Sarah learned that not only were she and the woman clones, but there were others just like them and dangerous factions at work set on capturing them all. Now, the mysterious world of Orphan Black widens, with new layers of conspiracy being peeled back in this miniseries by co-creators John Fawcett and Graham Manson. Collects issues number 1 through 5. Series co-writer Jody Houser discussed differences in the comic and the TV show. Quote, "The plot in the comics will tie into the events in the TV series, but will go deeper into the minds and the backgrounds of the characters. My goal is to use the comic medium to its full advantage and tell stories that might not work as well on screen as they do on the page. John and Graham have developed histories for the clones beyond what we've seen so far in the show. A lot of the flashbacks in the comic will be pulling from those ideas and developing them further. For example, we know a bit about how Mrs. S came to take in Sarah, but what was their first meeting really like? I like delving into the backgrounds and focusing on the important character moments, the memories that are an integral part of who they are." Close quote. Rounding out the top 10 at number 6, we have Astro City number 27. American Chibi has been a mystery since her debut, until now. Learn the secrets behind her origin, her powers, and the deadly threat she stands against in an issue featuring the guest art of rising star Joe Infumari. Plus, is this world, or any other, ready for Chibi Honor Guard? At number 7, we have Runaways number 4. It's the end of the road for the Runaways. Betrayals, reunions, maybe some making out. Definitely a death or two. This one's got it all, except cowboys. That was last issue. At number 8, we have Years of Future Past number 5. The hour of judgment crashes down with the ruins of New York City as the traitor is revealed. The last hope of mutant kind must survive the humans, the Sentinels, and the rage of the X-Men. At number 9, we have Batgirl number 44. Velvet Tiger's got her claws around Luke Fox's throat, and only Batgirl can save him. And at number 10, we have We Are Robin number 4. In the wake of a huge loss, the Robins are reeling with grief. Rico takes to the rooftops of Burnside to find a symbol of hope and finds herself living out a dream as she teams up with her personal hero, Batgirl. For the best of the rest from DC Comics, we have Gotham by Midnight number 9. As the Midnight Shift is dragged in for interrogation by Eternal Affairs, Dr. Tar makes a startling discovery that might change everything for Corrigan and the Spectre. But will it be too late? And we've got Harley Quinn and Power Girl number 4 of 6. Love is in the air, or maybe that's just cologne. Vartox's dreams of making Power Girl his bride may be coming true, but nothing ever goes smoothly with Harley around, or for that matter with the threat of a galaxy-crushing dictator hanging over their heads. From Marvel Comics, we've got Deadpool Vs Thanos number 2 of 4. We all know Thanos, the man who single-handedly made bejeweled gloves into the deadly weapon of choice for mass murder. But did you know he shares an ex with Deadpool? No, not Vanessa. I refer to the cosmic lady known as Death. And when everyone in the universe stops dying, both of her former beaux take an interest. Can the pair overcome one's overwhelming hatred of and annoyance by the other? Or will Thanos finally let Deadpool die once and for all? Next, we have Fury S.H.I.E.L.D. 50th Anniversary number 1, a mission 50 years in the making. When a villain from the past shows up in the present day, Nick Fury is forced to team up with Nick Fury Sr. Will the Nick Fury of the present be able to work alongside his father? And we have X-Tinction Agenda number 4. Everything comes to a head in this Secret Wars sequel to the classic X-Tinction Agenda. With the emergence of a repowered Cameron Hodge, all the X-Men must band together to take down their resurgent foe. But even with their combined might, not everyone may be walking away from this fight. From Image Comics, we have Manhattan Project's The Sun Beyond the Stars number 3, Unreliable. If you're depending on a lying robot not to get you into trouble with an intergalactic criminal science organization called the Library, then always bet on Black. The greatest feel-good bad science book in the long history of man returns in the Manhattan Project's The Sun Beyond the Stars. From Valiant Entertainment, we have Book of Death number 3 of 4. The force behind the fall of the Valiant universe stands revealed. There's no hope. Only Master Dark. The terrible future chronicled in the Book of the Geomancer continues to reveal itself as an unexpected and untold player. Master Dark emerges to make his bid for control of the Earth's newest Geomancer. But does the reappearance of history's most powerful necromancer mean an apocalyptic future has been avoided or guaranteed? As the heroes of the Valiant universe fall and nature itself turns on humanity, all that stands between the devastated planet and the ultimate evil is Earth's undying fist and steel himself, Gilad Pada, the Eternal Warrior. And we have Book of Death, Legends of the Geomancer, number 3 of 4. Before Book of Death, the coming of humanity's first Geomancer continues. Buried deep in a time long forgotten, the hero called Annie becomes history's first observer and warrior for the Earth. But what happens when the Earth just wants humanity dead? Fred Van Lint and Juan Jose Rip finally tell the violent, untold story of the world's first Geomancer. Out in trades this week, we have Howard the Duck, Volume 0, What the Duck trade paperback, hot off the pages of the post-credit scene at the end of a popular movie. Howard the Duck is back. Join the foul-mouthed fowl trapped in a world he never made but has grown accustomed to as he takes on weird cases that only a talking duck can crack as the Marvel Universe's resident private investigator. Howard's first case begins with the black cat but soon goes cosmic, landing him in the collector's clutches. But he's not alone. Rocket Raccoon is a prisoner as well. Can these two anthropomorphic animals turn the tables and break free? Well, yeah. Plus, Howard investigates a senior citizen crime spree, teams up with Doctor Strange for some magical antics, and learns a lot about new friend Tara Tam, because communication is key. Plus a Secret Wars tie-in, sort of. Collecting Howard the Duck number 1 through 5. And we've got Why the Last Man Volume 3 trade paperback. In this collection of issues 24 through 36 of the Eisner Award-winning series, Yorick's unbalanced sister, Hero, tracks him to San Francisco, only to find that he's seemingly succumbed to the male-killing plague. Okay, so that's just a few of my favorite books out this week. There's still plenty of others available, so be sure to check out your local comic shop to see what else you might like. I wasn't able to produce my usual Marvel, DC, and Independence videos this week, but check back next week on my YouTube channel at he'sgotissues.com. You can also now find He's Got Issues on eBay at he'sgotissues.com/eBay for great deals on comics, trades, and superhero and pop culture merchandise with free shipping in the United States. And of course, you can still find me on Facebook, Pinterest, Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram to see everything I'm reading as I read it. There's links to everything in the About section at he'sgotissues.com. And a reminder that both He's Got Issues and the League of Nerds are proud members of the Comics Podcast Network. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.